Michael Kopech. My God, was this man on today?
He went out there and he shoved. I mean, that was pure sex tonight. Just had real good fastball life, top of the zone especially. One thing I really enjoyed about this was he was sprinkling in the changeup a little more, and that was something that I have been talking about and clamoring for since probably about June or so, is seeing him work in a third offering there just to keep hitters honest and to give them something else in the back of their mind to think about. We saw him doing that the first couple of innings today, and that really helped play up that elevated fastball, which had a little bit of extra juice tonight, 96, 97. And when he was missing with the slider, he was missing just below the edge of the strike zone tonight. So real good, crisp stuff from him tonight. 11 strikeouts in 6 innings. You got to be very happy with what you saw there. Did still have the 3 walks. Walks have been a little bit of a bugaboo for him this year, but overall, you can't be anything other than impressed with what we got out of Michael Kopech this evening.
No, Steve. I mean, this was by far his best start that he's had in White Sox uniform, in my opinion here. The 11 strikeouts, the fastball.
The Yankee Stadium game this year still exists.
Yeah, the Yankee Stadium game was a big start as well, and against a much more formidable opponent than the Detroit Tigers. But I will say, I'm okay with the 3 walks, Dave. 11 strikeouts, 6 innings, doesn't give up a hit. I mean, that's a recipe for success if you're a starting pitcher here. Would have liked a little more length on this.
Confirmed.
Would have liked a little more length on this start. That's my one complaint. I would have liked a little bit more length on this start. Steve, let's address the elephant in the proverbial room. What are your thoughts on a guy at 85 pitches, Michael Kopech, being taken out of tonight's ball game with a no-hitter?
I'm prepared to shock the world. This is probably going to be the first time in Sox on Tap history that Anthony is going to be against the crypt keeper while I am actually on his fucking side. From my perspective, here's what it comes down to. We all know Kopech is reaching the end of his rope here in 2022, and he was at 85 pitches. For him to get those additional 9 outs that he would have needed for this no-hitter, I would have been another 25, 30, 35 pitches. You're not going to risk running Michael Kopech 120, 130 pitches, knowing that, let's face it, 2022 is a lost cause. It's done. If you want to somehow get a dead cat bounce next year, you need Michael Kopech down the stretch in August and September of 2023, when hopefully they're playing meaningful baseball. So this idea of running him out there to try to get these 9 outs, I didn't have a problem with, the fucking dinosaur pulling him tonight.
See, and this is where I totally disagree with you. I don't think that this year is lost at this juncture. I think that you still have a mountain to climb, but it's not lost. If they were statistically eliminated from this division, I could see where you're going with this. I think 85 pitches, dude just threw 100 2 starts ago against KC on August 1st. I would have at least liked to have seen him get that 7th inning. If he gives up a hit, that's fine. You can rest easy. I have a big problem with development plans here in this regard. I think it takes away from the aspect for the fan who's out there to watch something cool happen.
Does the fan want to see Michael Kopech pitch in a playoff game next year or not?
Of course they do. Who's to say that he can't do that? And who's to say that just because he goes 110, 115 pitches, who's to say that that is the ultimate cause of an injury? Tomorrow's never promised for any stretch of the imagination.
If it was the 8th,
look at what happens to Chris Sale off the field. So you can
look if
here.
If this was the 8th inning, I think it's a different discussion. But he still had 9 outs to cover.
Yeah. I mean, he could have had a 1, 2, 3 pitch inning. He could have. It's not out of the realm of possibility. At least give him the chance. Come on. I mean, even in that regard, I know Reynaldo Lopez is just coming back. Your bullpen's rested. It's the Detroit Tigers, man. Like, let him go back out there. Let him end the no-hitter himself by giving it up. But if you're not going to test him and push him a little bit farther, I mean, you took your foot off the gas a little too early. I can understand it at 101 pitches, leaving the, sixth inning, saying, all right, no, absolutely not. But I don't think you passed that point of egregiousness yet where you have to say, all right, we're going to save him. I think it's that same pussyfooted behavior of I'm going to take him out at the sixth inning that, Ozzie Guillen was screaming about the other day. We get mad at guys because they don't hustle down the line. How about your pitcher going back out there and throwing in another inning? Maybe he gives you two more. Who knows? But, I mean, going back to this whole, we got to worry about next, September, October attitude is we've been worried about next September, next October every single year here. When does that change?
I don't think that's true. I mean, I think last year we were all focused on October of 2021, and coming into this season, we were focused on October of 2022. But the calendar's not on their side anymore here, and I just don't think it's worth the risk anymore. That's just me. People can say I'm wrong. That's fine. They're 4 back in the loss column of Cleveland. They got Houston coming in next week. You go to Cleveland, check the files, see my thoughts on what happens when the Sox go to Cleveland. So to me, the risk outweighed the reward.